So, ladies and gentlemen, today in our Montreal Canadiens Vintage Sports File, we're going to talk probably about the best player that only played a couple of games with the Montreal Canadiens, but went on to a very, very productive and respected career in various minor pro leagues before he graduated fully to the NHL and later on as one of the icons of the WHA. Now, today we're going to be talking about the legend of Wayne Connelly. Now, Wayne Francis Connelly, a right winger, 5 feet 10, 170, played the NHL for Montreal, Boston, Minnesota, Detroit, St. Louis, and Vancouver, and concluded his successful career in the WHA for numerous franchises, including the original incarnation of the Minnesota Fighting Saints, the Cleveland Crusaders, the Calgary Cowboys, and the Edmonton Oilers. Now, he first came to major prominence, ladies and gentlemen, with the Kitchener Canucks of the OHA, but later went on to have 4 successful seasons with Montreal's unofficial OHA affiliate, the Peterborough Petes. Now, with the Petes, he was named the Red Tilson Award winner in 59-60 for as the OHL's most outstanding player, where he had 48 goals in 47 games, and including 34 assists for 82 points. Now, in his career with the Petes, he had probably some of the best numbers the team had ever seen at that time. He had 234 points in 4 seasons with the Petes and scored well over 100 goals. And with the Petes as well, some really good statistics in the playoffs with 26 goals in almost a goal a game pace. Now, from the Petes, he graduated to the Montreal Royals of the EPHL, where he put up 10 points in the 1960 playoffs. He got a cup of water with the Montreal Canadiens in 61, but spent most of that season with the Royals again, scoring 28 goals in 64 games. Now, with the Hull Ottawa Canadiens of the EPHL, he started the season at 5 points, but then graduated to the Boston Bruins program, where he started to get major recognition as being one of the best players for the Bruins of that generation. Now, what was kind of ironic with the Bruins, he was with the team, he had a regular shift with the squad, eventually was sent to the minors, ladies and gentlemen, for almost 3 full seasons with the very popular San Francisco Seals. Came back to the Bruins in 67, and ironically, he assisted on. He helped out actually Bobby Orr's first point in NHL when Orr assisted on a power play goal by Connelly on October 1966 against Detroit Red Wings. Now, with expansion, Connelly moved on to the Minnesota North Stars, where he put up some of the most impressive numbers in Stars history: 56 points in 74 games, including 35 goals, and in the Stars' very, very impressive playoff run, he had 11 points, including 8 goals in 14 games. Now, Minnesota didn't keep Connelly for the next full season. He ended up with Detroit. His best season in Detroit was 1970 with 23 goals in 76 games. Now, short stay in Detroit. He moved on to St. Louis in 71, then started 72 season with St. Louis, then eventually moved on to Vancouver. So he had stick will travel. Now, we knew his time was pretty well ending in the NHL because a 20-goal forward had not that much resonance, but they were paid plenty in the WHA. Now, he was averaging his first 4 seasons of WHA about 40 goals. Minnesota, he was just scoring in bunches. Over 4 seasons, 40, 42, 38, and 24. Again, considered one of the league's most consistent point getters and scorers. Now, 76, he did find himself out of Minnesota with Cleveland, but 77 in the tail end of his career, he almost hit the 20-goal mark in a combination season with Calgary and Edmonton. But a fan favorite, ladies and gentlemen, every place Wayne Connelly went, he had many fans and admirers because the amount of teams he played for. The only negativity, ladies and gentlemen, of course, he never won a Stanley Cup. And he didn't really come close to an AFCO Cup in the WHA because Minnesota only had so much of a team for a playoff run. And as a lot of people know, you needed 3 rounds to win in the WHA. Minnesota didn't have enough for 3 rounds, only 2. Final NHL totals, 307 points in 543 games. WHA totals, almost a point a game pace, 366 games, 329 points. So, ladies and gentlemen, between playoffs and regular season, 327 combined goals. So, for me, very impressive. And one of the only players that people say, as part of a trivia question, should the Montreal Canadiens have kept him? And the question is, I really don't know why he didn't make Montreal, because to me, he had enough to score 20 goals a season. And maybe had to do it in a numbers game because, Montreal was getting rid of a lot of their veterans and young prospects in the early 60s to try to rebuild the team towards that middle of the decade Stanley Cup dynasty. So, that's a legend of Wayne Connelly. Thanks for listening.